Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins and mourned for his sons many days. All of his sons and all of his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted and said, "For I will go down to the grave unto my son mourning." Thus his father wept for him. Genesis 37, 34, 35. Perhaps some will think that grief is a demonstration of how much Jacob loved his son Joseph. I'll admit, he certainly did love the boy, but it reveals that Jacob had not learned to walk by faith yet, friend. You recall the experience he had at Peniel. It was the deflation of that old ego. The flesh collapsed there. But now he must learn to walk by faith. He hasn't learned it yet. In fact, the faith of Jacob is mentioned in the 11th chapter of Hebrews. But nothing in his life is mentioned as an example of faith until the time of his death. Then faith is exhibited. Compare his grief here to the grief of a man like David. 2 Samuel 12, 15 through 23. David wept over the baby boy of his who had died. He loved that little one just like Jacob loved Joseph. But David was a man of faith. He knew the little one couldn't come back to him. He also knew that he was going to the little fellow someday. What faith? You see, Jacob's not walking by faith, friend. This is an abnormal grief. Christian friend, perhaps you've lost a loved one. Perhaps you just can't hardly get over it. I want to say to you, kindly, not brutally, kindly learn to walk by faith. You manifest faith when you recognize that you can't bring that one back by grieving. It does no good at all if you're a child of God and you're grieving over one who is a child of God. Then walk by your faith. You'll see that one again and never be separated. The world has no faith. They grieve as those without hope. Christian friend, you can walk by faith. Now, the final verse of this chapter follows Joseph to Egypt. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and the captain of the guard. Chapter 37, verse 36. We will leave Joseph right there and pick up his story in chapter 39.
All right, so that concludes Jaber and McGee's commentary on section verses 34 through 36. Now let's look at Chuck Smith's. He had other daughters, Jacob the deceiver, deceiving his father and for his brother's blessing, and then Laban deceiving him and his sons deceiving him. So he got a double whammy back.
Yep.
In repayment for deceiving his father. They let him jump to conclusions, and he that deceived ended up being deceived. And so the here an officer is actually a eunuch, but in Potiphar, I thought that he had a wife, and I thought a eunuch would not have a wife. Maybe he had. Maybe they were just. Maybe that's why she attacked Joseph, because they just lived together.
Yeah.
But Chuck Smith says that an officer here should be translated eunuch.
Okay.
Now, there has been two people that I've known in the past that grieved for the loss of a loved one for decades, like 20, 30 years. And it completely just devastated their lives. They weren't able to function, and drugs were the way that they functioned as a result of the loss of their loved one. One was a son, and and then one was a dad, and so I think we have here a good point. That's the reason I think that Celebrate Recovery is. I went to CR for my grief, and so I think the CR is a good venue, a good outlet for your grief, because you need to get involved in activities. You don't need to just isolate yourself. You need to get involved in activities and going to meetings, keeping busy and being around people helps you with your grief. And so that's what that I see there, and I believe that it is important that that you do that. Because the greater faith you have, then you're going to see them again. It's not like it's you're never going to see them again. I know it's hard losing a child, but here's two instances where two people handled it differently. And so, and David, he was grieving, and then all of a sudden, whenever the child dies, he gets up.
The Lord told him to get up, clean yourself up, get something to eat.
No, he did it on his own, and they were like, "Well, okay, David, why did you do this?" And he said, "Well, I can't. It does me no good to grieve because I cannot. The child cannot come back to me, but I can go to the child." And so he was, he was not grieving, but he was praying and begging God to not kill the child. He was fasting.
I don't know why I thought that God had told him that.
Yeah, and no, he came up with that on his own. It was his faith, and so that's where we are. I think I don't think I read this last comment from our little friend in Pakistan. I share my kids' pics on Messenger, so I guess she sent me pictures of the kids. They need Bible knowledge. They want to know about Jesus. They are deprived from education. That's the sad thing in our country. That the educational system actually turns them against God rather than toward God. And about any country, we have to have. Remember, and that's the sad thing too. We used to have Sunday school. What we used to try to countermand as Christians what they did in school by teaching our kids in Sunday school, and then we used to have Sunday nights BTU, Baptist Training Union.
Training Union, yeah, I love training.
Before we had church, and so that way it was. We had another class for the kids to train them.
Which we had the RAs and GAs during that training.
For Wednesday nights, have something. Most people have something on Wednesday nights for the kiddos.
Yeah.
That and to help them with these things. I mean, that's what I memorized. I remember memorizing the books of the Bible. Sister Zimmerman, my fifth grade Sunday school teacher, that she had us. It was over Christmas break. I memorized the books of the Bible. I remember Habakkuk. It was like,
Habakkuk.
Why is it talking about tobacco in the Bible? But anyway.
Chad did, and he got the Bible. They gave him the Bible.
Of course, I was like, why are we bringing in the sheets?
Yeah. Instead of the sheets. How are the sheets being brought in?
Why do we need to bring in the sheets off the clothesline?
Oh.
But, it was kind of fun whenever my misunderstanding of words whenever I was little.
We all did that.
And then also whenever we were supposed to be praying, God is good, God is great. Thank you for our food. Amen. I was Johnny's good, Johnny's great. My best friend name was Johnny. I told this before. Why are we saying Johnny's
good? Johnny's great.
Johnny's not good. He's the one who gets me in trouble.
Oh my goodness!
Trying to get me to talk in class, and we both get a spanking. Or make me laugh.
Yeah, exactly. That's too funny.
So Johnny's not good. I don't know why.
I disagree with Johnny.
I disagree that Johnny's good. But, yes, we need to educate our kids, and these stories are great to educate our kids on. And so I'm glad that she's able to utilize our podcast in helping kiddos. But and so we do encourage comments and questions.
Yes, please.
But if you wish to remain anonymous in your question asking and your comments, we are a 501c nonprofit corporation called Christ Recovery Ministry. We are at P.O. Box 336, Berea, Kentucky 40403. Our phone number is 859-339-7633. If you wish to opine, give us your name, your town, and if you wish to remain anonymous, and we will keep your question or comment confidential. And we do, as we have often said, people, I had another person ask me for money for tuition today, other than my son. A guy in, where is he? He's in Africa.
Another African.
And a guy in Africa, and so he's been asked after me for tuition. I was like, well, my son asked for tuition today too. But we also, we need money. We'd like to have a van to haul the women to CR.
CR in
and
church.
It looks like that we probably need a computer.
Definitely need a computer.
The hard drive has the ring of death on this.
Yes, that one needs to go in a dumpster.
Yeah, and so it's kind of difficult. Let's see. Oh, we have more comments.
Oh yay!
We love comments, don't we? You explain Bible story well. So hearty hug that. Whoops. We will hearty hug that. And then she also says, if you arrange Sunday school with us, best thing happened ever with us.
What does that mean?
Let's see. Sunday school probably for her would be what? That would be 10 a.m. her time, which would be 1 o'clock in the morning for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a problem I ran into before. So it's best if you can play the videos that
they're recorded.
Search up on YouTube I sent you the link for the YouTube channel, and that's the best way of doing it. So that concludes our podcast. If there's no further questions or comments, then we will exit out of all these other things so I don't get feedback. Then we want to say,
we will say,
until we meet again, adios, au revoir, arrivederci, and though it's always sweet sorrow to part,
you'll know you'll always remain in my heart. Good night, safe time. Don't let the bed bug bite you. It's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again, yours or one, I'll be the same. Good night. And with that, we want to remind you are truly loved. And with that, we say good night.
good night.
Friends, Terry half-hour show, hit songs and fashions through the years. We hope we brought you some pleasant memories. Now from all of our musical family, good wishes, good health, and good night.